Welcome to SMB IT, where we present SMBs and nonprofits with real IT related solutions. Today we're talking about why keep up with your bookkeeping and an easy method to use for your bookkeeping with Excel Online. So why keep up with your books? Well, first, it's kind of the law. You really have to keep up with your books for tax time. But more importantly, you really have to know how your business is actually doing. Several years ago, I ran an eBay business, had a lot of money coming in and a lot of money going out. Really had no idea of how the business was actually doing until I was really forced to reckon with it at tax time. You really need that business intelligence all through the year, because what if your business was doing horribly and you really had no idea? You might have to make some serious changes in order to make your business more profitable. Like maybe you need to raise prices or even obtain a loan. And if you do need a loan, absolutely, your bank is going to want to see your financials. Even if you have no intention of getting a loan, keeping your books in order when you have to turn that over to like an accountant at tax time is going to be pretty important, because if you don't keep things in order, they're going to have to spend a lot of time trying to comb through all that, and it probably will cost you a lot of money. So first, we're going to go through and create a Microsoft account, and you can skip that part if you already have one. And then we'll create a sample spreadsheet and kind of walk through some things in Excel. All right, so like we talked about before, if you already have a Microsoft account, you can skip this part. Otherwise, we'll go through and create one. So open up your favorite browser of choice. We're going to go to account.microsoft.com. And then we'll click sign in. And if you have one, obviously you can sign in. Otherwise, we'll click create one. Here's where you enter your email address. All right, and you need to do a email verification. Enter in your code. Enter in your birth date. Click next. Enter in your name. Do the verification. I'm going to click skip for now. All right, now we can create an Excel spreadsheet. Click on Excel. Create a blank workbook.
we'll give that workbook a name like Bookkeeping 2025. All right, now it's time to create our different row headings. And pick date, description, income, expenses, balance, category, notes. All right, and if you want to expand any columns, you can click and grab up here, make them a little bit wider. If you want to add some more room for date or description or notes or something like that, you can also make this stand out a little bit more. So we're going to highlight these. Oops. And we're going to bold it just to make it stand out a little bit. All right. Then we can start entering in some sample data. And I want to widen out that column a little bit. And graphic design. We'll add in an expense. Put this under the expense area. Category of supplies. That's for notebooks. All right, so now we got to do some calculations for our balance. And we can say equals here. And for the next one down, again, we'll hit the equal sign. All right, and then we can take and copy that formula down. So grab at the corner, pull it down, say we had another expense here of like $100, it would drop that down. Or if we had some income for $100, it would increase that. So that formula is working correctly. When it's all said and done, we could sum up these expenses by coming over here, clicking the sum, and again. So that would be summing up the columns. All right, one other thing you can do, you go up to the header area. We'll go to view, freeze panes, and top row. So by freezing the top row, you can scroll down, keep scrolling, and then you've still got your headers on top. So as you continue to add more income and expenses, you can still see your categories or your headings at the top rather. All right. One other thing you can do, you can actually share this with others. So if you click share, so say you wanted to have someone help out with your bookkeeping, here's where you could add an email address for like a bookkeeper or someone that might help you keep up with your expenses or your um, incomes. So now that you have started a spreadsheet in order to keep track of your bookkeeping, this is something that you want to try and keep up on at least weekly. But even, you could just have the spreadsheet open daily, and as an expense or income came in, you just whip on over to your spreadsheet and enter it in quickly. That way, I mean, it's always up. You're always, keeping track of what's going on. If you don't want to do it that way, you can set aside, say, like 15 to 30 minutes. I would say just put it on your schedule to do it like one morning sometime and just knock it out really quick just so you keep up on it. One other thing that you can do, this is all saved in the Microsoft Cloud, but hey, things happen, so you can always save a local copy by going up to File, Create a Copy, and download a copy. Hey, that way, you always have a copy. There's a copy in the Microsoft Cloud. You could print off some copies. So you could have it on paper just to have like another backup. But yeah, just another way of, keeping track of your bookkeeping.
So there you have it. We created a Microsoft account and set up an Excel spreadsheet for an easy way to do your bookkeeping. Let me finish by saying, don't do what I did. Don't ignore your books until it's tax time. If you do need assistance with your bookkeeping, I can help you get started with the basics. If you're thinking about moving to something like a QuickBooks Online, I am a certified QuickBooks Pro advisor. We can have a conversation about whether it makes sense. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.